to explain a little bit about what that means and what he's up to. Martin.
Perfect. Well, welcome to Grad House. So I live in Graduate House with my wife and my two little munchkins who believe they own all of the residence buildings. The Faculty and Residence program is really about fostering academic building, academic skills, mentoring students who are having academic problems on campus. So we kind of have a couple different things that we run. We offer free tutoring to all of our resident students in the undergraduate buildings. We have the Cram Jam, which is our new initiative where we get about 50 to 80 students coming out to do mass study sessions where we bring tutors in. And then there's the FIR program itself, so what I do. So I do drop-in sessions for all students who might have some questions or who might want to get some information about how to deal with issues that they're facing. At the graduate program, that tends to be dealing with the supervisors or committee work and how to interrelate with them. For undergraduate, it's really about how to talk to a professor, how to plan for academic success, how to deal with any obstacles they might be facing. You kind of get the vibe, you feel the stress and the cycle of students throughout the term. You just try to be a welcoming, happy person that people can come and talk to if they're having any issues on that. But mostly it's just kind of being here. It's kind of a touchstone.
Here I am with Dalton, our student life coordinator, and we're in the beautiful college quarter. So Grad House is right beside me, and as well as all of our other newer buildings. Dalton, why don't you explain a little bit about what a student life coordinator does?
What student life coordinators do is that they support the students in residence. So whether a student is struggling personally, academically, with anything going on in their life, we want to support them, make sure they have access to all the resources our University of Saskatchewan campus offers, and make sure that they have a successful stay with residents personally and with their academics. We want people to come here and have a second family, a second home. Some people are coming here for the first time. They never left their home country before, and now they're here at the University of Saskatchewan. So we want to make sure this is their home, this is their community. They feel safe, they feel welcome, and that they have the support they need to succeed with their academics.
We launched a new program this year that actually got quite a bit of national attention, something that we're very proud of. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what you're talking about specifically is the Queer Housing Project, which I'm lucky enough to be the RA on that floor. The purpose of Queer Housing was to provide our queer residents with a safe space within the greater residence community. So it's a couple apartments. Queer residents are able to live in that space with students that better understand what challenges they might be facing or what their day-to-day life looks like a little bit better than other residents might be able to, while also making sure that they're included in the greater residence community.
So as a counselor in residence, I work here in residence. That's point 5 of my job, offering services around like mental health, working with anxiety, homesickness, things like that. I also, the team that I am also part of is Student Affairs and Outreach, so I have another office that's upstairs in Place Real on the 3rd floor. I do intake counseling out of there, and I do provide, I guess, intake here as well, but then I also see some students ongoing here as well.
That's great.
And working with partnership with the student life team and those goals.
And this counselor in residence was something that was brought together through our consumer services or residence area as a new idea, something that based on seeing what we were dealing with students that we thought of, and so a lot of credit to a homegrown idea that really came to fruition and actually has received a lot of national attention through various news media in the last couple of months. So thank you for what you're doing. That's fantastic. Sure. And thanks to those that have come up with that idea right in as a residence. That's incredible. Andres, why don't you tell us a little bit about your role and what sort of things you're helping our students at Save Us?
I like saying that residence is home away from home, so we want to make sure that students are feeling safe and comfortable in the spaces. And the place that they have chosen to call home for them. They try to make sure that students are interacting, making those connections, making sure that we are giving them that space to meet one another, and especially over here in Voyager Place, making sure that our first years are finding that transition into university a lot easier.
Yeah, and this Voyager Place has a lot of focuses on those first year students, and,
yes.
And I imagine there's a lot of trust that both new students and their parents have with us. So those programs help to make sure that that trust stays there, that they have a great first year experience.
So my role is student life manager. So I work with the coordinators and the RAs that we've met along the way today. And my main role is just to manage the student life program. That includes the faculty and residents, includes the CIR, it includes student crisis, conduct, conflict, all of those pieces. But I would say that something that's really unique about my role and my program and what I get to do is that I get to kind of bring all of those pieces together in terms of, this is repetitive messaging, but ensuring that students are having the most successful experience possible. And what we really focus on residents is impact. We want to make sure that we are impacting the students in a positive way, and that if anything happens to them or they're impacted in a negative way, that we're there to support them, that we're there to help them through that. And one of the best things about doing that in a residence setting is it's different than for students that are not living in residence, because those students don't have eyes and ears on them all the time. They don't have 24/7 support. We have on-call staff that can support them at 3 o'clock in the morning if they need.
I'm Alana. I co-manage the department with Sarah, and I oversee the operations end of residence. So that's everything and anything from finances to policies that we're putting in place, the application process. So we're always looking at ways to simplify our processes, make them more efficient, make it easy, so it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be right here on campus to get assistance.
So at times we'll provide a service to beyond the university. So I can think of where, whether there's forest fires somewhere where we're actually housing, or even those times where I'm aware where a student may have a house fire somewhere else, and we've been able to provide food, clothing, and shelter somewhere to stay until they get back on their feet. And I know that's not always something that's made known, but it's that level of care for all students and being service oriented to make that happen. So thank you both very much for all that you're doing. And thanks for organizing today. That was really fun.
Yeah, thanks
you.
for coming.
Thank you.